Hi there, this is the Shawn1113 podcast show. I am your host, Shawn1113. And as a reminder, if you love this content, please rate and review. 5-star rating, pretty much requested, but not mandatory. So with that, it's like, share this podcast, you know, share this podcast. Like I said, it seems like my energy has been my energy hasn't been up this week, the last few weeks, because I think it's changed of season, change of time, and change of holiday. And I'm sure I'm not the only one going to holiday season. Now we're well into November, so bear with me. With me because this is not the best time of year for me personally, and personally for me. So I got a couple of grievances, by the way. Right. But first and foremost, since this is a podcast show and primary show, we concentrate on college football, since I've done every week. Also, first of all, congratulations to the Rangers for finally getting over 2011 and winning the World Series. And I think it was simply down to the fact that Texas just played their best postseason and their best baseball at the right time. So congratulations to them. And then the ongoing NBA season, NHL, Premier League. I'll talk about that more as time goes on. College basketball is just around the corner if it hasn't already. Um, you know, there's so much going on. NFL, of course, goes without saying. But before I get to those grievances, like I said, on whatever platform you're listening to, anywhere in the world, thank you for listening to the Shawn1113 podcast show. Now, let me get the college football predictions out of the way. First of all, the Michigan one. It's getting worse for Michigan, to the point that's like one of their staffers get fired for unspeakable crimes. And the spy cheating scandal is now it's widened right now. People calling for them to be out of the CPF playoffs, Big Ten, all that stuff. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if the NCAA can take action before the Big Ten. I think the Big Ten will take action before the NCAA. And what to do with Michigan? Is there going to be a firing? We don't know. Jim Harbaugh being fired, he should be, because it is on his watch. But we'll see what happens there with Michigan. Keep your eye on that situation. Speaking of college football, my predictions for Shawn Steele's college football picks week 11. Here we go. Miami and Florida State. I'm reluctant to pick Florida State because I don't know where Miami's going, because I have no idea with my Miami Hurricanes. But I'm going to pick, and then some of them probably even say, when does the basketball season start for Miami Hurricanes? But I'm going to pick Florida State to win that game. Michigan and Penn State. I would love to pick Penn State, but I think Michigan will win there. Alabama, Kentucky. Terrific performance by that quarterback for Alabama. Just when you think Nick, you can go against Nick Saban, you don't. Most of the time, you got to go the opposite. So I'm going to pick Alabama over Kentucky. Washington and Utah, probably the underrated game of the week. I'm going to pick Washington here. Tennessee and Missouri, I'm picking Missouri. Ole Miss and Georgia. If there was ever a time for Georgia to get upset, this is the game. But I'm going to pick Georgia to beat Ole Miss, because they burned me once. I thought they were going to beat Alabama, and they didn't. So I'm going to pick Georgia over Ole Miss in this one. Texas Tech and Kansas picking Kansas. Texas State and Coastal Carolina picking Texas State. Texas and TCU. I'm picking Texas. USC and Oregon at Corvette in Eugene, Oregon. I can guarantee you, Caleb Williams will be crying again once he gets off the field at Austin Stadium, because Oregon's going to win that game. And then the FCS game of the week, Southern Illinois and North Dakota State University. I'm picking Southern Illinois to beat them and beat the Bison there. Now, that is some of my picks for week 11 for the 2023-24 season. Now, let's get to the grievances, shall we? As I get my coffee cup, excuse me, 1 second. Now, why do we? Here's a couple of grievances. Why do we have Christmas music already playing in October? Isn't it enough that Christmas displays goes in stores in October? It's not even Thanksgiving. And you're playing Christmas music? It wasn't even Halloween, much less Thanksgiving. And you're playing Christmas music. I'm seeing Christmas music already playing. No. Oh my goodness. Does that make any sense? I don't get it. But like I said before, you go to the store, you see Christmas displays. Okay. That you think that would be enough. No. Now we gotta have that Christmas music. In October, going to November. It's not even Thanksgiving yet. For crying out loud. Here's another grievance. But let me preference that. No. We're not the best people when it comes to cell phone etiquette. Myself included. Let me repeat this. We're not the best people. We human beings are not the best people when it comes to cell phone etiquette. Okay? Let's face it. It's beginning to become like not. It's hard to say. Recently, though, I was going to the gym, and I can see people on the phone going with their Bluetooths or their headphones, talking to the phone, whatever. And this guy goes to them. He's talking instead of working out, at least working out and talking on the phone, he's walking on the phone in the middle, and there's a whole bunch of people. And there's like a whole bunch of people on each side of the gym where I was going to, when I was working out. And he's pacing on the middle of a phone on the floor, talking to whoever, none of my business, on the middle of the floor. I feel that is real bad etiquette. To talk on the middle of the phone, instead of going outside doing your business, or going outside the gym, you could always go back to a public space. I mean, I get it when it's wide open spaces. People are going to talk everywhere and anywhere. Okay? But in close quarters, geez, you have the phone, you have Bluetooth, you have headphones, you have Bluetooth devices. I don't want to hear your damn. We're trying to work out here. I don't want to hear your damn conversation in the middle of the gym, and you're not even working out. That's what pisses me off. That would piss anybody off, in my opinion. go and then go somewhere else. I mean, at this point, we're like kind of like if you're smoking, if you're if you're smoking, it's customary to go outside. Maybe we should have a cell phone booth that we can go outside and you can talk your business there. I doubt that will ever happen, but at this point, a little bit quiet would not hurt. I mean, come on. That's my grievance. And then the other grievance though is really sports related, but look, I'm a member of Amazon. I'm sure millions of people are. And it might be for the sole purpose of watching Thursday football, what have you. That's your business. If I want to watch Thursday night football and pay this much a month and that much a month, why we're seeing bad matchups like this coming week, like Carolina, Chicago? You didn't pay this much for a month to watch NFL football on Amazon and watch a bad matchup. Seriously, can the NFL actually flex some of these games at this time of the year? Because I sure as hell don't want to. Because I sure as hell don't want to see a boring. I sure as hell don't want to see that kind of matchup. And I think what the problem, one of the biggest, the NFL is the matchups on television are not, doesn't look good. I mean, and then in stark contrast to the Eagles and Boys game, which was one of the best games of the NFL this year, maybe game of the year. I mean, Cowboys and Eagles was a really good football game, and given the fact it was the difference was 3 yards for the Cowboys to actually win the game outright. It was an amazing game. Those are the kind of matchups that people will be attracted to. Can we have the flex schedule all year? At least halfway toward the NFL season, so we can people can watch good matchups on it, like Amazon and ESPN and ABC and NBC with the Sunday Night Football. Although we did have a better matchup with Cincinnati and Buffalo last night, so I can't complain too much about NBC when it comes to that. But the NFL matchups it's not appealing. If you, like I said, if you pay this much a month to watch NFL football, you should at least get some better type of matchups that will be appealing. That's all I'm saying. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is going to be. At least there will be a flex at some point during the season, so we can get those appealing better matchups. Probably NBC and ESPN, ABC with Monday Night Football. But Amazon, I'm sure you can. I'm sure it can be better than that. I mean, well, I ran out of words, so that's my opinion. This is Shawn1113 podcast show for November 6, 2023. Again, if you like this content, please rate and review. Put a 5-star review if you can on any platform you may be listening to, anywhere in the world. So thank you for listening to this podcast. And as always, please stay encouraged no matter what.